again. It's on you guys. Welcome to another Sex Talk with T.Graye right here on WEMS Radio. I am your host, T.Graye, and it is Content Creator Tuesday, you guys. Trying to shine some light on some of these dope ass content creators, some of these sketch comedy comedians who have been bringing you all this funny. A lot of us in the background, we might think it's a little bit easy, but sometimes it can get hard. And tonight I have with me comedian America. Come on in.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. How are
Thank you.
you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Welcome to Sex Talk with T Gray.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get started.
Welcome. Yeah, let's jump right in. So your content, I came over and I ain't even gonna lie to you. I came past your shit haphazard real quick because Mr. Commodore had reposted one of your videos. Um, First off, shout out to him. He's funny as
Yeah,
hell.
definitely. Shout
Um,
out to him.
love his content, dig his stand up. But in the video, you guys, he plays like a Siamese twin. Who is the guy in the video with you?
That's my friend Dana. He was the other brother, or the other half of me.
So that shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
It was
thank you.
hilarious
I
to me.
appreciate it.
It was hilarious to me. So then I had to do some digging. I had to see, how much content you were putting out and what kind of work you were putting into it. And so you're doing a fantastic job. You have a strong
Thank,
following. You're doing your thing.
thank you.
But
Thank
you
you.
guys, I should have sent it, y'all. I'm slipping today because I should have sent it and pulled that shit up because it's just fucking hilarious. In the end of it, because you're all the Siamese twins, one of the twins is gay and getting it. Like, yo, this dude is
Yeah.
crazy. Like, how did you come up with that concept?
We were actually watching something on YouTube about Siamese twins, and then we were thinking like we was all together, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy!" Like, whatever this person want to do, he got to do. You feel me? So we
Right.
just thinking, it was like, yo, what if he what if he was gay and the other one wasn't? Like, how would they? You rock paper scissors shoot what to do with your booty hole,
Yeah, I don't think my asshole is a place that I want to rock, paper, scissors with nobody, not even myself. I'm a lose.
But what would you do? If it's a twin,
So that brings me to one of the questions that I have. Like, when it comes to sex, how far would you really go? Like, what's the most outlandish or crazy request that you may have feel or would want to fulfill?
for my asshole or for someone else's?
Oh, sir, it don't even got to be your asshole. Don't limit
Oh,
yourself to just that one part. Uh,
okay, got you.
no,
What's
but
the
for
crazy?
anything, what would be outlandish to you? Because in my mind, that's a little bit over the top. What would that be for you?
So what would be over the top for me?
Yes, but you still do that shit.
Oh, oh. So I thought something that was gonna be over the top would be eating ass for me, and then I ended up doing it. So I can't. I don't know anything that's really over the top yet.
You ate the
I would
goat.
say playing with me in that area is over the top for me. That's something I haven't been willing to try. But everything on the woman's body, I'm pretty much open to.
Do you succumb to the stigma that anal play for a hetero man shows signs of homosexuality?
I agree with that. It shows signs yeah, it's not my lane.
Okay, okay, but you out here eating ass though.
Yeah, I definitely I have to now.
You have to. Oh,
Yeah,
so now it's no longer a delicacy. Now it's just regular going to the
yeah.
grocery
Now it's
store.
normal.
Now it's normal.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind or if you're cool with it, tell me about your first experience eating ass.
My first experience eating ass. So I love using toys, incorporating toys into my sexual life. So I was using a little vibrator, a little bullet. This was before the rose came out and everything.
Mhm.
And I was using that, on the girl's clit, and she was, bent over, ass in the air. I sucked my finger, put it in. I was playing with it, and
You
then
primed
I
it. You primed it. I know
I
the move.
started to lick it, and I made it happen. And I feel like the
So
girl liked it a lot.
what was it in your own thought process that said, you know what, this is where I want to take this? Or like,
Um,
was it something that you were nervous about, or did you ever think that eating ass was taboo before you did it?
so I won't say I was nervous. I morely thought it was nasty. Like,
Mm.
and then when I did it, if the woman's hygiene is cool, we should be fine. But I
Okay.
was like, nah, I never eat no ass. That's nasty. I heard Kevin Gates talking about eating booty. I'm like, he's crazy. Like.
Yeah, Kevin Gates is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he's
Like,
different.
not only did he talk about that, he also talked about men not allowing themselves to ejaculate and how to then transform and use that energy and that power into something more positive. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from what Kevin Gates said because after Kevin Gates got finished talking, I wanted to fuck the nigga my damn self just to
Yeah.
really just to have this transcending experience, just the way that he describes as appreciating the body and you know pretty
Yeah,
much engaging the whole person. I think that's important. I think that's a piece that sometimes a lot of men miss. Um, I've had head for many years, many different people, but there is only one person that I can say ate my entire body and
yeah,
didn't just give me head. So I feel like Kevin Gates is on that wavelength. Like Kevin Gates is on this bitch. I'm gonna eat you from your forehead to your foot.
for your
And
to your toes. Yeah.
right. I think a lot of dudes miss that piece. Um, do you feel as a man, I know you're a young guy, so I know you still got some shit to learn. But do you feel as a man wherever you are now sexually that maybe you've missed the mark on other things previously that you're learning now to appreciate?
Um, what do you mean, Mr. Mark? Like on a woman's body?
So say for instance, like what I just described, like I've had head, I've been here for a long time, I'm not gonna say how long, but I've
Right.
had head, but say there's only one person who I say ate my whole body. So for me, I'm not saying that men aren't good at it, but I would say some men miss the mark because you can take it up a notch. You can do something different. There's something still here for you to learn. Has there ever been something that in the age range that you are now that maybe previously you're like, yo, I wish I knew this then, or I wish, I knew how to do that then because now this is how I've learned it, this is how I've honed it.
Absolutely. I would say when I was younger, I would try to have sex very fast. I would think the faster I go, the better it would be. And
Mm-hmm.
as I got older or had sex with older women, they'd be like, you gotta slow that shit down. Like, that shit ain't, I don't like it. So I would say to slow down and take my time.
Okay.
But
Okay. So you out here with the cougar gang then.
my mother, I was gonna say, my mother sold sex toys when I was younger, so she was very open about sex. So she would tell me a lot of things since I was little. Like,
Oh wow.
not little, but like growing up as a teenager, like do's and don'ts. So I had a lot of guidance, I should say.
What do you think is the most important thing you learned from your mom about sex?
Um, that the clitoris has over 1,000 nerve endings, and if you can't reach any, that you're doing it wrong. So she told me a lot of men don't lick the clit and they lick around it, and that isn't really satisfying for a woman. So that's something that I learned.
Your mom's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Cool, cool.
Mom's not wrong. So since we're on the subject, y'all, we might as well get into it. We're gonna talk about good head for a hot second. Um, just being transparent with my team, y'all. Your girl T.Graye don't like for nobody who literally wants to eat me out. Like to stick your tongue in it, it don't feel bad, don't get me wrong, it feels good. But if you totally ignore the clit, like the man said, you're missing some crucial nerve endings that are paramount to a sufficient orgasm, especially a sufficient orgasm for head. I ain't never known a bitch to come off a nigga tongue. I'm just saying, maybe it happens. Maybe it's me. I could just be the one and I'm naive.
It
But
might be you. It might be
it could
you.
be me. But I know that just for me, one, the human tongue can't reach where I need it to go to be a sufficient internal orgasm. But when it comes to external, if you are giving head and you are kissing me everywhere but where those major nerve endings are, if you don't then also get the head of the clit, it gets hard. It gets hard, you guys. It gets hard, ladies and gentlemen. The same way an erect penis gets hard. If you look at the shape and the dynamics of your clitoris it's shaped exactly like a micro penis. It's just very teeny.
I haven't
So
looked that
the
deep into it.
skin that covers up over the top of the clitoris is similar in your mind. It's similar to a man not being circumcised. So you gotta get that skin back. You have to get the clitoris erect. It gets extremely hard. So if you don't pay attention to those areas, if you don't then put some time, some space, some lips, some air, some tongue, some whatever you got, motorboat that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah,
there's a difference. There definitely is a difference. That's an
absolutely.
important lesson. I'm glad your mama taught you that. Shout out to moms, wherever you at, mom, for keeping
Yes.
him engaged.
Um,
Shout out to mom. So, are you a parent yet yourself?
am I what?
Are you a parent yet
Oh, a
yourself?
parent. Yes, I have a 5-year-old daughter.
So, at what age do you think that you'll begin to talk to your daughter about sex?
Um, I was hoping she was gonna be gay, but like, I don't. 20's
You never
cool
know.
with me. I personally don't look forward to that talk. I have other females in my family, and I would hope they take that lesson from me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a rough one.
Mm.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Or her mom. I don't really want to.
So, let me tell you one piece of this puzzle that is important. And um, it's important the lessons that young girls learn from their fathers. Now, although she has a mom, grandmoms, aunties, cousins, however many women, women can only offer her a perspective from the woman. It's
Yeah.
almost equally important, if not more important, for her to then have the perspective of the man. I was just having a conversation the other day, and somebody was saying how women have the tendency to, when we do educate those coming behind us, we educate with a negative narrative. Very rarely do we educate with a positive narrative. So a lot of times it'll be, well, this dude only want to do this, and watch out for this and watch out for that. Blah, 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 blah. But very rarely do young girls get the benefit of having a positive narrative where it in reference to me. Y'all, excuse me, I messed all them words up. But you get what I'm saying. So
Absolutely.
I know it's scary for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's
And
definitely scary.
I know it. But not only do you want to create an environment where your daughter feels comfortable enough to have that conversation with you want to create that environment first that you can come to daddy about anything. You might be scared. You might have to go in the closet, scream, kick a pillow, punch a wall after she get finished. But you
Yeah.
definitely want to have that environment where she feels comfortable enough to tell you anything. Then also that she trusts what daddy says. So as you're teaching her lessons about men, she's getting it from the right man and not learning the lessons about what men really are only from a woman's perspective and then only from the niggas that she might come across in the street.
Okay, so I thought you were talking strictly about sex, not about relationships.
No, that's about sex too, bro. Hell
Oh,
yeah, it's about sex too, bro.
yeah.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
it's about sex too, bro. Because
I was,
that's what is she coming across to do with a messed up situation in the bedroom? How she gonna know how to handle it? How she gonna know how to deal with this man's ego? Who gonna tell her that?
I
How
don't
she
know.
gonna know how to get this nigga up off of her if he doing too much? How she gonna tell her that?
Yeah,
How you
you
gonna
right.
tell her like, nah, this nigga is gay for real? Like, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like it's stuff that dads definitely can bring to the table in that conversation so that
okay,
their daughters are well versed on both sides of the coin.
got you.
Yeah, that's all. That's
Now,
all.
I'll do that. I'll keep that in mind.
Mhm. So, what does sex mean to you?
Sex. So I'm gonna say there's levels to this shit, but like, so I'm gonna say like, there's a difference between having sex and making love. But sex to me is, two bodies connecting, and you appreciate each other's bodies. You do nice things to each other. Um, I feel like making love is more like a spiritual connection,
Mm,
and like obviously it's a I would say expression of love in that situation. But having sex is like a quick to me. It's like a quick little fling with somebody.
Okay.
What's your definition?
My definition of sex, what does sex mean to me? Sex means that at the end of it, I'm going to come.
Okay.
Now, whether I just come or whether I have an orgasm or whether I'm squirting all over the motherfucking place, at the end of the day, I feel like sex is a function. Its function is to produce a result. That result is for me to come. That's for me, sex. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? Take away the feelings, take away the emotions. Because you
Yeah,
can have sex with a stranger. You
absolutely.
can have sex by yourself. You can have
Happens all.
sex with a mechanism. You got sex with a blow up dog. Like, so sex for me is the function.
Gotcha.
It's just a means to an end. Coming is my end. But how I may view fucking versus making love versus just a serious intimate encounter or versus amazing fellatio where you still ejaculate at the end. Like all those things to me are different.
Okay.
Which is sex is just it is what it is. It's just I think sometimes people and there's nothing wrong with going deep. There's nothing wrong with diving in emotionally or having those real connections or anything else. But I think sometimes people forget the fact that sex is a tool by itself. Sex is a tool. Once you then add the emotions in, once you then add in the feelings, once you then add in the fact that you care, once you then add in the fact, all these other things, then it becomes something else. Then it can become lustful, it can become sensual, it can become passionate, it can become all these other things where, oh, now we're making love because we're connecting on this level. Or I'm just getting off work, babe, in the kitchen. Now we fucking because I'm grabbing her hair, I'm choking her out. She bent over the stove. Like,
Yeah.
it's all those other feelings and emotions that come into play that change sex from just being sex. Now you want something else.
Okay. I like that answer.
I know that was dope.
Sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I try to stay educated. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Uh so it's one thing that I did want to get into. Oh, somebody said they checking in from Brazil. What's up all the way in Brazil? If you
Yeah.
have a question, feel free to type your questions in the comments, you guys. We will be answering them in real time. So if you are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, if you're streaming this anywhere on any platform, go ahead, type it in. We got you. We'll make sure we get you covered. Sex advice on here, you guys. Um, dang, I forgot I was about to. I was about to say something good, Brazil. You done made me forget what the hell. Yeah, made me forget what the hell. So I'm sure, like many other people who are in the realm of comedy, we have the ability to find humor in all things, including in our sex lives. Have you had a humorous sexual experience?
Humor, humor. Yeah, I have. So I was in the doggy style position, ironically, and this woman had a small puppy, like, and basically he was on the bed. So like, we're moving, my balls are moving back and forth, and I start to feel like a nose and like a tongue on my shit. And I didn't know if her pussy was extra wet, like if that's what the tongue feeling was. But when I looked back, it was the dog, and that shit was different, and it was funny at the end, but very weird.
Different and weird.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that you say it felt bad though.
Nah, I mean it didn't. A tongue's a tongue. You feel me? But yeah, it was different.
So now we out here getting our balls licked by little puppies?
Nah, we not doing that no more. But no,
Just
it
a
happened.
minute ago you was on no ass play,
I
but you
was a victim though. I was a victim.
are you a victim if you enjoy it though? If it
Hell
feels
yeah.
good, are you a victim?
I'm a victim. I'm just not gonna press charges, but I'm still a victim of it, you know?
I feel like you weren't really taking advantage of it.
I think I was taken advantage of. I don't hold any grudges though, you know?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. But so if I go into somebody joining this up animal already in the bed, I feel like you're already in the midst of a threesome. Like this is already happening.
She was trained to do that, right?
This is already fair exchange no more. We the three of us have agreed that we're in this bed and this is going down right now.
Yeah, yeah.
The
She was
dog
trained.
said, I'm just trying to get in where I can fit in. The fuck?
Yeah, that shit was weird, but I laughed about it after the fact.
It is. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So
Have you had any funny experiences?
I had funny experiences. Um, yeah. I have but my funny experiences, yeah, they get kind of wicked. They get kind of weird. It's like I'd be laughing at shit that I don't have no business laughing at sometimes. Honestly. Seriously, like seriously. So I'll tell y'all about this one time. I'll tell you because you're new to the fold, so you haven't heard this story.
Okay.
Some of my audience have heard this story before. Since we've been talking about a little payment plate, I'll get into that. So one time, I shit the bed. One time,
Mm.
it was funny to me after. One funny when it was happening. Um, so I'm not like a major proponent of anal, but I will for the right partner.
Got you.
So my partner's back there doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I prepped myself because I knew what he wanted. I knew it was coming. So like a couple days before, I did a butt plug, like just trying to get my ass ready because that shit made for the week. So I did the butt plug for a couple of days, and I'm thinking, okay, he get in there easy, be good. But essentially, I loosened it up too much, and I didn't know that because the butt plug wasn't that big. I'm thinking I'm just helping myself. So he back there, he doing this thing. Well, woo, he get done. But when he got done, like I shitted the bed, and I didn't know. I didn't even feel it. Like it just
Did he notice?
like we both noticed after the
Ooh.
fact because then I was like something's not right. Like I would always get up and go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like right after, but this time I'm like, dang, I'm my mind. I'm thinking, why you nut so much? Like why did you nut so much in my head? Whole time I had shit the bed.
Got you.
Whole time we got up and we looked down and was like, damn,
That's crazy.
it was crazy. It was funny. It was funny after the fact. It wasn't funny when it happened. It was funny after the fact. And I'm
Okay.
sure I've had more funnier experiences,
That one's
but
wild though.
it is wild. But I can't remember. Like sometimes stuff just happens in the middle of a second. It just makes you bust out laughing. Like God forbid a nigga neck, back, leg go out. I'm cracking jokes. One
Yeah.
time, what came off? My wig came off. Dude fucked my wig off. That was funny.
Well, if he was pulling it though,
No, he wasn't. But it
it wasn't secure.
just wasn't.
Uh,
It
yeah,
just wasn't. Are you getting it?
yeah, that's,
What the fuck?
you put
Lash.
it back on.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wig. Oh, you go from wig lashes to do rag, no lashes. You a whole nigga now.
Yeah, damn. It must have been good then. I got a question about something you just said. You said after you go to the bathroom. What do y'all girls be doing in the bathroom after?
So going to the bathroom after sex is important for a lot of different reasons. In that particular instance, I would always, after anal, go to the bathroom because whatever's up there, I want it to come out.
That's
Um, but after sex in general, it's healthy for men and women to get up and go to the bathroom so that you're able to flush out your urethra of any bacteria.
damn.
A
I gotta
lot
start
of
going to
times,
the bathroom.
yeah, so a lot of times when people have sex, they get UTIs after the fact. And getting a normal UTI, not an STD, you guys, not an STI. But getting a normal UTI can happen because of the fluid exchange, because of your normal body bacteria that's there. And when you come, all these fluids, all these secretions get in your urethra. And if you just lay there in it, sometimes it can cause a urinary tract infection. So that's the most important reason why I get up and I go to the bathroom after. So definitely after vaginal sex, I'm going to go pee. Definitely after, and that shit got to come up out of me. So that's the main reason why I hurry up and go to the bathroom. But
Gotcha, gotcha.
not to say that I do it every time, but I do try to make it a logical, a thought process to get up and go pee. And so for some people out there, if you all do have that problem, if you do experience frequent UTIs, especially after sex, just get up and go pee.
I'm gonna
Again,
start doing that.
yeah, totally different from STDs and STIs. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're in there
be
check
mindful.
action, right?
If you itchy, scratchy, burning, that's not normal. So,
Definitely not gonna fix that.
but definitely, it won't fix it. It won't keep you from getting an STD, but definitely to flush your urinary tract. You don't want that bacteria just sitting in there.
Got you.
No, if somebody gave you STD, no, you still gonna have that shit.
Yeah,
Still
no
gonna
matter how much you piss, you still gonna have it.
have yeah, so let's jump into that though while we're here on the subject of safety. Um, One thing that I know that people don't really take heed to is that every STD that you could get vaginally or in your penis, you can also get in your throat. And y'all
Yeah.
just out here haphazard sucking all these dicks, eating all these cookies. Y'all don't think about that stuff, but it is a reality. Um,
I never understood that the people that give head raw but have sex with a condom.
it doesn't. I'm gonna be quite honest with you, and y'all know y'all gonna say T.Graye is supposed to be an advocate for safe sex, and I am, but I don't get that shit either. I
Yeah.
really don't, because people don't keep that particular thought process in mind that you'll put a condom on. I think more people use condoms for birth control than they do for STDs. I
I
think it's
say
more
so.
of that. I think that's the thought behind a condom. People forget that condoms are for STDs, to help you, especially from the things that, not the things that you can catch through the skin, but for everything else.
I'm
Um,
gonna be honest, right? If I know or if I suspect like somebody of having an STD, I'm
mhm.
not trying to have sex with them. So the condom isn't there to well, in my head, the condom's not there to protect me from an STD. My
Mhm.
mind should protect me from getting involved with someone I even think has that. So when I put on a condom, it's to catch the sperm for
Right.
me.
That's what I say. That's the thought process. Most people think about condoms for birth control. They don't think about it for STDs.
But I'm
But the
also stupid for thinking I can see if somebody has an STD
I
from.
was gonna touch that part. I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there, but hey,
It's me
that is.
judging people.
I mean, it's dumb as hell, but because you can't see that, you
Not
can't.
at all.
But it's so many dudes that think that way though. So many dudes that be like,
But you
she
never looked at someone and was like, he looked
look
dirty.
clean. So yes, I've seen people, and in my mind, I think they look dirty. Yes, I'm not going to say that I haven't done that too. What I'm saying is, as a collective, we're all wrong because you can't look at a person and say this person is clean, this person is dirty, this person gonna burn me, this person isn't, because the thought process is based on looks equals your safety. The
Yeah,
thought process is if you're beautiful, you're clean.
pretty
That's
much.
batshit crazy. Because on the reverse, if you think I'm beautiful, 9 times out of 10, you also think I got a lot of niggas. If you think I'm beautiful and I got a lot of niggas, 9 times out of 10, you think I'm fucking a lot of niggas. So
Yeah.
if I'm so fine that you want to fuck me and you think I got niggas and all these other niggas is fucking me, doesn't it make sense that I'm the bitch that got something?
Yeah, we hoping you don't let a lot of them through
You
though,
know
you
what I
know?
mean? But that's just what society says makes sense. Society's rule is how you look can dictate your level of safety, which is crazy. But if I look homely, if I look homeless, if I look unkept, if my hair is dirty, my nails or whatever, I could have not had a sexual partner in years. You don't know. I could be the cleanest broad down there walking around. But because of what I look like on the inside, your mind automatically says she's dirty. She must have something. She's going to burn me. When 9 times out of 10, it's totally reversed. And when I say she, you guys understand that I'm talking about people. It's totally reversed. It's the same thing with men. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with men. We look, we assume. You can't because this nigga or because the dude, look a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain way. Oh, he must be good. He must be the nah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy notion, especially as it refers to sex.
I think we judge a lot when we look at somebody.
Indeed.
I should stop doing that. It's not smart.
Can I ask you how old are you?
26.
Oh, okay. Okay. Grasshopper.
Damn, why grass are right for the young ones, right?
Grasshopper. So earlier you said something about um sleeping with older women. So when
Yeah.
you said that, like, what's older woman for you?
Older woman was like, I was like 19. She was like 30, 34, I think.
So where are you at now? You made your way up to them official cougars yet?
What's an official cougar to you?
I feel like official cougar is 40 plus. Or yeah, I feel like it's 40 plus.
I was gonna say official cougar is like 50, but nah, I haven't. No 40-year-olds.
Okay, why do you say 50?
I just feel like at 40 you could still be like a lioness. Like you're not a cougar. You could still have some spice. I feel like
Well, cougars don't got no spice.
not for me. Like not. You know, I never seen a spicy cougar, but yeah, I would. In my head, it would be 50. There's a lot of 40-year-olds that look like they could be in their 20s still.
But I feel like that's I feel like it's that at that age because as I get close to that age, it seems like the closer I get to it, the more younger the dude is who comes for me.
He
So
might have mommy issues then,
it could be very very possible. But like when I
or you
was,
got some spice.
I might have a little sprinkle. I might have a little saffron, ginger, turmeric, all of that shit. I might.
So
But I just noticed that, like when I was in my 20s or early 30s, whatever, it was always older cats, older cats, older cats. Like I couldn't get a guy my age to talk to me for nothing. Like it just was non existent. And then it was like a slow transition where it would be maybe close to my age group. And then now it's like it's all young dudes that come at me. And I mean like 29, 30, 31. I'm like, where's your mama, little boy? Like
what you call it? 30 young?
I do.
Oh shit!
I do. I call it young because the dynamic of the conversation is different for me. Like
Okay.
I've tried the whole conversation with 29, 30, and it's
Yeah, I
just,
thought you was like 30, so you.
oh, look at you. Good answer. Good answer. Good
Yeah.
answer. Good answer. Nah, I'm
You
not
don't
that.
gotta tell him. You don't gotta tell him.
I'm not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not ashamed about my age though. Like I'm totally secure with where I am. So I
Now it should come with him in most cases.
39. Like just like I turned 39 Black Friday. And I'm good with that. I'm good with where I am with my age. And if somebody looks at me and be like, yo, I thought T was younger, good. If somebody
Yeah.
look at me and be like, oh, Tia Cougar on her way, she a little baby puma, she can get these young cheeks. I don't want them, y'all. I don't
You
want
gotta
y'all
get
young
10
cheeks.
more years before you do it.
Yeah, I don't want y'all young cheeks. I tried it. It didn't work. I didn't like it. Too
Was it
much.
fun?
Um, it's a certain level of aggression that I don't want. And it's not even like fun bedroom aggression. It's more mental aggression from young dudes that I could do without that part. I could do
Okay.
without that part. I could do without the quiet competition. I could do without that part. Um, I could do without the you think you're gonna bend me to your will because young bitches let you bend into their will. I would do without that. Like I'm older. When I'm fucking done, goddamn, I'm done. You ain't fit to get nothing extra from me. Like your ass down, I'm fucking sleep. This is what grown people do. We go to fucking sleep afterwards. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just feel like sometimes young dudes the requirement. I ain't got time to meet your requirement, young boy. I don't. Now it's not a stamina thing. It's wholeheartedly for me the aggressive way that they approach the pussy. They don't know how to take their time. They don't know how to take their time with your body. They
That's
don't
what
want
I
to
had to learn.
yeah, they don't want to learn your body. And I'm in a phase where nigga, I don't feel like having to teach you how to do this job right. Like let another old bitch do that. Because there's plenty of older women, and I realized this the other day that it's plenty of older women who want the young dude because he ain't got all that mouth, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really on her nerves. He can just come in, do the job he gotta do, and be done. She got time to teach this nigga. I don't got that kind of time. So maybe that's the difference between me and maybe a real cougar. A real cougar got the time on her hands to teach a young boy. I don't.
I mean, doing it.
Yeah, I don't feel like it. Nah, maybe when I get older, if I want to shape and mold somebody to fuck me right, yeah. But right now, I want you to know how to fuck me when you get it.
You good. You got like 10 to 12 years for you, in my opinion, before you're a cougar.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So when you have sex
Yeah.
and you want to try new things and things like that, like do you have like a sexual bucket list? Are there things that you know that you still want to try, still want to do that are still on your list to check off?
Nah, if I see like some new shit when I'm watching porn, I might be like, I need to try this. Like, but nothing off the top of my head. Um, I don't know. I won't.
So you don't have any fantasies, no desires, nothing that you've never tried. You've tried everything. You've done
No,
everything.
I haven't tried everything. It's just like I would say, I don't know, have sex with like 3 girls, 4 girls, or something. But like I feel like everything I could try on my woman's body, I've tried it definitely. Um, but yeah, I would say I guess more women.
Okay.
I
What
have
is, go ahead.
it. I would say I think I've experienced every like hole on my woman's body. I've ate everything. Like
You busted her ear?
nah, so I didn't even think that was sexual. I thought that was more crazy. But um yeah,
I'm just saying, it's two
um
holes right there.
people's into that.
I don't know.
I never even seen that watching porn. So yeah, I never even imagined that. But the
Like,
other hole I'm
you
into
got
saying.
something out your ear.
Now she already got a listening problem. We don't need to clog it up anymore. But nah.
That's funny. That's funny. So, what's most important about sex to you?
I would say learning the other person's body.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like that is very important. Knowing what they like, seeing how their body reacts when you do certain things. I feel like that makes the experience better for both people. If it's a one night stand or something, you obviously don't have time to learn the person's body. But
Right.
I would say taking my time, like, foreplay,
Hmm.
kissing, like, if you don't kiss, but you can suck nipples, you can, touch certain places. Don't
Right.
just rush into the shit.
Right.
But
So,
if you are having sex with the person for a longer period of time, I would say learning their body, understanding them
mhm.
sexually.
So I know that you do a lot of social media because you have your own thing your own brand that you produce, you edit, you're cutting, you're putting your stuff out there. But do you also watch and see a lot of what's happening in social media?
Um, my phone battery is very low. I'm about to find a charger, but I try not to watch a lot of what goes on social media.
Hmm.
Um, I don't like a lot of shit that I see. I feel like it's a lot of people living a highlight reel or comparing shit or pretending to be happy for the internet, and I don't really like shit like that. So I try to limit what I see. Um, that could be relationships or people like with money, just anything. Like I feel like a lot of shit is not genuine. So
So
that,
recently in social media, there was um, a white lady. She was on the news and she had made a tweet in reference to having a white baby challenge. And so what she was saying was based on the numbers, don't know who the fuck did the math, but based on the numbers that by 300 years, there will be no more white people if they don't start having more babies. Um, Essentially putting the whole white human race just on a fuck mission. What do you think about that?
I don't know how they would become extinct, but I guess yeah, I don't know. I didn't even hear about that. I don't follow no blogs or nothing, but I think that's wild. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that shit. Um,
If somebody charged you with saving the black race, would you be out there fucking?
you said if they charged me with it?
Meaning, like, if somebody said, "Hey, we about to be extinct. You gotta go out here. You gotta fuck. You gotta fuck. You gotta fuck." Like, would you be on it? Would you be like, "Yeah, I'm with it," or would you be like,
Mm,
"Okay, let me see the research"?
nah, yeah, I need to see some research. See some research. I don't know. That one's crazy. I got to look into that.
So yeah, she did. She did do it. And it's like this hashtag White Baby Challenge. I think it's so interesting because again, in the beginning of the show, you guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Sex Talk with T.Graye right here on WEMS Radio. I have comedian and um, skit
The charges
creator,
in.
content creator, America in the building. And so earlier, um, well, let me dial back for a second. There's a young lady. She did this hashtag White Baby Challenge. Essentially, she wants to make sure that the white race is kept in tune, kept in good numbers, because in 300 years, which isn't long, that they will be extinct. And so um, I think it's crazy to then dumb down the sexual experience to just that. But in reality, that means that is what sex was created for. Sex was created for procreation. But I feel like to take and put this challenge out here and to then say, hey, we have this responsibility. We got to replenish this race. I think that's crazy. I think it's crazy to take and put sex in that realm and on that pedestal, even though that's how we do make babies. I think it's crazy as fuck. And I think that if it were reversed, if it were a black person saying, look at the numbers, these other minorities is winning, which they are like a motherfucker, technically.
Mhm.
But look at the numbers, like we gotta fuck, we gotta fuck. Like I think that's crazy. I think that using sex as this type, and I feel like that's being used as a weapon. Y'all can agree to disagree with me on that, but I
No,
feel
I
like
agree with what
using
you're
it as a
saying.
weapon. Say it again.
That's what I agree with what you're saying. Like you can't just tell people like you gotta have babies right now. A little weird.
It is weird. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, nah, I don't follow no blogs, so I don't really hear about shit like that unless someone send it to me.
Like it definitely takes away from what sex is. And like I said earlier, sex, of course, yes, it's a tool, but it's a tool that you have the option to use.
Yeah,
And I feel
I feel like
trying
sex is a
to create,
therapy. Like
like I
it
don't
could
think
be
it should be
therapeutic.
exactly. I don't feel like it should be a scare tactic. I
Yeah,
feel
not
like
at all.
sometimes people get so caught up in um, what they want versus what's right, what's wrong. And it's never about what's right or wrong, it's more about what we want. Now, what if you have these sexually confused oppress, repress, whatever people who just automatically, oh, I'm just gonna get him that, and I'm just gonna get him and just start fucking because we just gotta do this. Like the end result is, yeah, you might have more people, but yeah, you may also have more babies that aren't taken care of.
And you're
Like,
gonna have some damaged people.
hell yeah.
You know, that's
Mhm.
not a good idea.
So
The challenge
that's
was it somebody like a celebrity or just a random individual?
just a random lady,
Gotcha.
um, who she had gained not necessarily notoriety, but she had kind of went viral for what she posted on Twitter because that was what she posted was the hashtag the white baby challenge, and she wanted white people to start making more babies, and so it quickly, you know, got national notice.
Mm.
And so they pulled her and put her on the news, and she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know I was going to make the news. I just really feel like if you look at the numbers, in 300 years there won't be any more white people."
What is
And
she doing? Is she having babies to help?
I mean, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she
Yeah.
busting it open. I'm sure she's using that. It is Twerk Tuesday at her house right now. It's
Yeah.
gonna be Throat Baby Thursday.
I thought it was Titty Tuesday.
City Tuesday.
Yeah, I like that one better.
I take that back. It was never going to be Throat Baby because she's always want somebody to bust in her. So yeah, I just think that weaponizing sex in that way is crazy.
Yeah,
And
nah,
if
that's not
you
cool.
really take a second and see what's really happening, it's so much going on in this world, you guys. And then we kind of forget that, yo, this we still got a life to live. Like I wouldn't even want that kind of pressure. I wouldn't even want that kind of pressure.
Yeah,
So I have a personal question. You cool with that? I'm
of
gonna ask
course.
you personal shit the whole time you're here. So you said you got a girl who
Yeah,
utilized every hole she possibly has, except her
yeah.
ears. And I'm going to assume maybe
Well,
nostrils.
no nose neither since
Yeah, I
we.
was about to say it was soon, not her nostrils. So that's at least four, bro, that you just fucking
Yeah.
around. What you
And I'm slacking. I'm slacking.
doing? If your girl said to
Mhm.
you, you know, I want you to give me your best sexual experience, what would that include? If you, in your mind, want to take your woman to another place, another plane, another whatever, in your mind, what is that best sexual experience?
Okay, so I would say I would set a mood like some candles, maybe. I would create a nice mood first in the room, and then I would I would use my mouth to start things off. Well, I would, basically kiss her from head to toe. I would stop at those special places like the nipples and the clit. I would probably, yeah, I'll use my mouth a lot first. I'll lick her to a couple of orgasms, or yeah, and I'll turn her over, eat her ass after, and then I would slowly penetrate her. Missionary, I think she likes missionary the best with a finger in the back of her. I would do that. That'd probably be my go-to.
You said she like missionary the best with a
Yeah,
finger in the back.
yeah,
So while you fucking her, like you, how do you put your finger where in her ass and missionary?
yeah. She put her legs
How
back.
you doing that? Oh, cause she got them up.
Yeah, your legs is back.
Oh, well then that's different in my mind. You saying missionary, I'm thinking about.
You don't call that missionary with the legs
It
up?
is. It is a little spread eagle missionary action.
Yeah.
Yes, because if your legs is wild, yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So yeah, I think that would be it for me.
That would be it for you. That would be taking
Yeah,
her
I
to.
would do it though. I would try to like decorate the room a little bit. Dim the lights, light some candles. I feel like that would heighten the mood.
Okay. Do you ever feel vulnerable in those moments during sex? Do you feel vulnerable as a man?
Nah,
Okay.
that's my shorty. I'm here to serve you. You know when we doing this, I'm here to please you.
Dimitri Daryl Jr. That's your boy. He tapped in.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Boy, Dimitri, ask him something he ain't got no business answering today.
Oh, shit. I-
Are there any things in sex that scare you?
Nah.
Anything that's still taboo in your
Well,
mind?
yeah, I would say something that scared me. Like if a woman try to do something to me in my ass, that's gonna scare me.
Okay.
Like a
Okay.
finger down there is terrified the shit out
So,
of me.
so anything other than a little ass play.
Yeah, nah, that scares me.
That's scary.
Yeah, a lot. Like if you sucking the balls and you start to drop too low, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just whoa, 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 like slow down.
Like, don't even lick back there. I'm gonna drop my
Yeah, like let's pull it back up, shorty. I haven't. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever take that journey down there. But I would say that scares me.
Are there ever any times that you feel like you went overboard in the bedroom?
Overboard.
Yeah.
Mm.
And are there ever any times that you feel like you need to check yourself?
No, I don't think I ever did no shit like that. But I could think of off the top of my head. Um,
Dimitri says, "What's your worst experience?"
oh, okay. That's a good question. So this again, sucking my balls. Somebody did it and was
Oh, wait
like,
a minute.
huh?
Wait a minute. I just want you all to know when he say again, that's because the first time it was a dog sucking his balls. I just want y'all to understand that part.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
I
So that's
just
not
want
even that's
y'all to
not my
miss
worst
that part.
experience.
All
So
right, I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
that's cool. But I would say I was getting like my balls sucked, and like the woman was doing it with way too much pressure. Like
Mm.
she was trying to pull him out the sack or something. It just wasn't good. And that's one of my favorite things in sex. So when you fuck that up, it's traumatizing for me.
Hell yeah, it's traumatizing.
Yeah, them shits
So
are sensitive.
that's definitely something that deserves to have a class. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna hold you on that. Learning how to teabag, suck a man's balls, whatever
Be
way.
gentle. Be gentle. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a skilled motherfucking trade. Like
Yeah.
you not just a regular electrician. Like you the nigga who climb up on a pole and shit, so you get an extra 25, $30,000 a year. Like it's not just you
But you
can't just
can't fuck
do
that up.
one.
Like if you
That's
fuck
my
that up,
point.
it's
Like
crucial.
ladies, you can't just go down there haphazardly. You can't put the same type of uh, tenacity that you put in a given head and just think that you're supposed to take that down there. First off,
Yeah. Keep it
that
gentle.
area is about 20 times more sensitive than the tip of his dick when he ejaculates. The balls are 20 times more sensitive than that. The skin, you guys, if you're down there, you already know it's extremely thin. Um,
Yeah.
it's definitely a science
That's
to it.
like fake skin or something.
Not that I know, I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but it's definitely a science to it. And you have to do it gently. And you have to not only trust that man, but listen. And I know sometimes as people, we don't listen, especially in sexual moments. We don't listen. We're excited. Our adrenaline is pumping. We have a eagerness to please. We have an eagerness to come. And so sometimes our listening ears are definitely not on. But the same way that we expect men to understand that our bodies are telling them something, you can read my body language, you know what I want, you can see. It's the same thing with them. If you're going down there on a man um, and you're down there, you want to play with his balls, suck on his balls, whatever the case, you have to take your time. You have to be gentle. You have to look for the cues. You have to communicate with that man and see if he may move odd, if he may flinch, if he may, clam up on you. Because most men ain't gonna say shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say we not gonna say nothing and talk ourselves out of it.
Exactly. They're not gonna say shit. So
I
you
deal with the pain
definitely
before I
have
say
to
something.
read body language, fellas. But though, keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with saying some shit.
Now if
But
we say something, oh don't count me out of suck dick. Like we don't got time for that.
But guess what though? Communication is paramount over anything when it comes to having a great sexual experience. And it will, or even when it comes to having a fair or bad sexual experience and turn it into something that can be good. I'm not just gonna let nobody get down and just fuck my shit up. That's not happening.
Nah,
Men,
women are different though. Like I think I spoke up one time when I was getting bad head, and she was like, "You want to do it then?" And I'm like, "No." So
I would have had to be like, yes, bitch.
like so I
Right,
had to.
but here's the thing. That's the crazy part to me. Like, you would rather have bad head for the sake of having head instead of being honest and being like, look, I didn't mean it in an offensive way, but this doesn't feel good to me.
But
I
see, I like it like
understand.
this. Like getting bad head is like somebody handing you crinkled up money. Like it sucks to deal with, but at the end of the day, it's still money. So like it sucks to deal with, but it's still head. You feel me?
Guess what somebody not handing me? Somebody ain't about to hand T.Graye no crinkle up money.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it still, but
No, then you're not gonna hand me your crinkle up money. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stop, you're gonna take your time, you're gonna unfold that money, goddamn. You're gonna lay it out on the table, you better smooth it out real nice and then
yeah.
hand it to me.
Well, shit, you
Because
good? Cause I'm taking the crinkled up money.
here's the thing. When people accept bad sexual experiences and don't communicate and don't convey it to their partner, you're one sending them out in the world to fuck up somebody else, which is fucked up. That's one. But two, that person didn't learn nothing. They didn't learn nothing. You might be missing out on a fantastic teaching moment. You probably could have talked to her another kind of way and been like, look, this is how I want it. This is how I want you to do it. Old girl probably would have took her teeth out and worked you like a part-time job. You never know. But
So you want me to do that in the middle of while it's happening?
guess what? If you dealing with a bride who's that insecure that she can't take cues and she can't take direction and she can't listen, who the hell want to fuck with a chick that don't listen in the first place? Let's just be real about that. I'm not no nigga, but I
Women
know
listen.
you niggas think. What man for real want a girl who don't listen?
Yeah, I don't know the type of woman that listen. Mine is learning to, but I don't.
Well, yours is young. I would assume. I would assume you two are about the same age.
She like 30. Like,
Okay, so she's getting there. But
yeah. I
but
think y'all learn to listen at like 40. That's what from
we don't.
research.
We don't. That's no.
No,
but but my point is this: you have to have an open line of communication at all times, especially when your body is involved, especially if the experience is not pleasurable. So we got on this tangent, you guys, because we're having a conversation about how to treat a man's balls. I wish I had something. I do got something. I do got something. Okay, these gonna be the balls. Okay, you guys. If I am too aggressive with these balls, this is what you're getting. I'm being too aggressive. This is what you're getting. And that there's nothing pleasurable. That doesn't sound pleasurable to anybody. Doesn't sound happy, doesn't sound whatever. But if I'm taking my time, if I'm treating the skin right, if I'm treating the balls right, this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. It sounds soft. It sounds juicy.
the emotion.
It sounds pleasurable. You can't just attack them. So again, you can't put the same veracity or tenacity that you would in head. You have to take your time. You have to suck them gently. You have to be able to read a man's body language. And then if you're receiving it and if your body language is not communicative enough to her, then yes, you have to open your mouth. You have to tell her how you like it. You have to tell her how you like it the same way that we can't expect you to know our bodies and to understand how to treat us when you get down there. We have to tell you how we like it. Who
Now, if
else
you're doing
knows
a
your
bad
body
job though,
better than you?
y'all roll your eyes different when y'all like something versus when y'all don't like it. So pay attention to the eyes. That's what I
Indeed,
would do.
indeed, indeed. That's
Or
important.
if you licking it and them legs start to squeeze you and shit like that, you probably doing a good job.
Mm, indeed, indeed. But I've been there though. Like I have put a little too much pressure on a man's balls before in my life, but it's because I didn't know. That's one thing in general in sex. We could have the discussion about sex. We could talk about the importance of it. We could talk about the scary things about it. We could talk about how you can't get up because you're taking certain medications. We could talk about how you're scared to try new things and what you should do. Very rarely do we talk about this is how it gets done. Sometimes you do see every once in a while the big sucking classes, that and the third, but there are other areas of the body that need attention, that want attention, that deserve to have the spotlight, um,
Mhm.
and deserve to be taught. When we are even talking to our friends, whatever, very rarely do we stop and offer technique. Very rarely do we stop and say, hey, this is how this should be done, and this is, you know, could help you along the way, could help your friend along the way.
I
So
would
we have
say,
another.
well, speaking for me, I think I ain't really never have nobody show me technique. I heard people tell me things, but like I think I would watch porn and stuff to try to figure things out.
Amen. Porn
Mhm.
only takes you so far, though. You'll find more in a
Absolutely,
book,
it's not the real thing at all.
more in a book than you would on porn. So, a question from YouTube. This person's name is Pete. Wants to know, what is your favorite position?
My favorite position is doggy style with a thumb in the ass, probably one hand on the titties or one hand pulling the hair.
How many hands you got? If you got a
Nah,
thumb in
I'm
the
saying
ass, a
either
hand
or. Like I'm a
in
substitute,
the hand.
but
This people got three arms for real, y'all. Y'all ain't
we gonna keep one thumb in the ass for a
know.
fact, and then my hands gonna go from the hair to the titty back and forth. I love titties, you feel me? So sometimes I gotta hold it for fuel. You feel me?
I hear you. He said it's one hand in the ass for sure. He off
Yeah,
that.
like that gotta stay. That's a definite. Yeah,
It's a
and then we could go from pulling the hair to holding the titties real quick. That get me
okay.
activated.
Okay, Pete. I would love to know what's your favorite position since you asked the question.
What you like?
That's a toss up for me.
Toss up
It's a
between what?
toss up for me. It's a toss up between missionary with a chokehold, um, and so I'm not gonna lie to you. Missionary with a chokehold is probably like 1.5. To say that's my top one, I'll be that. It's probably like 1.5 because I definitely don't want to put it at number two. But my favorite is to be standing up, bent all the way over, hands tied to the ankles, getting it from the back. Like, yes. Like, yes. Like in my heart, at my core, I am a total submissive female at my core. So to be tied up, to have it in that way, oh my God, like I come just it's just amazing. But it doesn't take nothing away though. That's why I say it's like that's my fave, but that 1.5, that fave and a half will have to be just old school missionary though, but you gotta have both hands around my neck. Like it's just fantastic. Like whoever thought of that was legit. It's the best. Um, but definitely, yeah, definitely in the middle of the floor, flipped all the way over. There's something about being tied up that takes me to another place. And it can't be like tied up with no heavy shit, y'all. You can't be on that handcuff, thick ass rope. I don't know what the fuck. Can't be that. Had to be like something soft, something satin. Because I'm a girl. I still like the soft and satin and shit. Most definitely. Oh, his phone died. Oh, that's messed up. It's okay though. We was there though. We were there though. So, you guys, this has been fun, dynamic conversation. I feel like definitely, I think the youngest person I've had on my show so far. So this was fun. You all make sure that you check him out. So if you're on Instagram, oh Alabama said keep talking about that 50 Shades shit. Nah, shows up. Show's over, but that's the reality. Your girl do be on some 50 Shades type shit. I do. Like, I do. But, and I love that about me. One, I love the fact of the age that I was where I realized I was even into that. And that's the thing that I try to get across to some people. So everybody thinks that they've tried everything, they've done everything. There's nothing else new, there's nothing else for them to learn. I've had it all now. I know everything, and I'm finished fucking, and I'm never gonna fuck again. That's just not the reality. There is always something new out there to intrigue you, to keep you encapsulated, to just give you something else, another perspective when it comes to sex. I didn't know that I was low key into BDSM until I was into my 30s. Um, and I'm glad then, even being into my 30s, I've only scratched the surface. So I'm excited for what will come later on down the line when I do begin to explore and dive in deeper in that part of my sexuality, because as I do, or as I did, it unlocked different parts of me that I didn't even know existed. And how fun is that? How intriguing is that to begin to learn new things about yourself sexually, no matter your age group? Like, I think that that's fantastic. Hashtag do it until you die, because that's how I feel like a lot of people really should be engaging in sexual activity. Um, so, yeah, but you guys, I will be right back here next week. Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. Make sure that you follow my guest. He's super funny, makes some great skits for you guys. Young, up and coming, doing his thing. Follow him at, I don't want to lie to you. Somebody said, look up in the chat. Look up in my chat. I did. I saw that his phone died. Um, I'm sorry, you guys. I know this is a little bit. Okay, I just want to make sure that I give y'all his IG correctly. So it's at America's Nightmare. So it's AMERIKUS Nightmare. Um, so make sure that you all definitely follow my guest, support my guest. Make sure you see everything that he's doing. Super funny. Will definitely keep you engaged. Definitely keep you laughing. The rest of this month, you guys, we are doing content creators. It's going to be content creator every Tuesday. Bringing in some people who just do things differently, offer a different perspective, have some great conversation in here, and definitely just support them, because even in comedy, there's so many different genres, so many different aspects. Everybody should be, supporting everybody and just helping everybody to grow. So we will be right back here, you guys, next week on Sex Talk with T.Graye and EMS Radio. In the meantime, in between time, you need some merch, you need some sex advice, hit up my website, www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. Make sure that you are following me at the T Gray or at the love below _ Sex Talk with T Gray. I will see you all next week. Bye bye.